Hello everybody, welcome back. This is Space Engineers No Jetpack Survival. We're on episode 71 now. I think I owe you a double-length episode because we didn't release one last weekend. Good reasons for that. I had the flu, or something flu-ish anyway. I'm all better now. I also had a birthday, so happy birthday to me. And yeah, we're back now after a little bit of a break. We're going to do a double on this one. And then we are going to get on with, well, I need to do some Space Engineers 2 content. I also need to do some Solus Project content. Lots of catching up to do. Okay, so first up, we last left it with this thing kind of functionally built. Not sure if there's enough lift thrust to get this thing off the ground yet. But we said we're going to give this a go and see how we do. I'm going to need to get a docking port on here somewhere so that we can land that thing and replenish whatever it's got. So there's a doorway here, which we can't, well, we're going to have to put like an airlock piece here, so we can't put it there. But if we put like a parking spot, maybe we move the antenna, don't know. Now maybe we put a parking spot like here. I think this is as good a place as any to put a parking spot. That is a reinforced straight tube, which obviously goes straight to there. If I put a T1 on here, then we should be alright. Do I have one of those on my... Yes, I do. I think we just put one of them on. Oh no, that goes flush with the ground. So this is one of those perfect opportunities to do the fancy conveyor. Sorry, connector. One of them, I think. Although it only connects on the bottom and one side. Yeah, that's a little problematic, isn't it? I think perhaps what we do is we put that one that we had back. That one. So we're going to put that back. That way. That way. Okay, and we're going to come off. I want to make sure we've got enough room for this. It's like about one block on either side. So instead of wings there, if we put it here, like here, we should be okay. It means we have to replace that one. Oh, I just took that one out. I'm going to have to replace it anyway with a T-junction. So that needs to go that way, but that way up so we don't see it. It looks identical then, almost. Materials. Materials. Oh, I know why. I cut it off. I've disconnected it, so of course I can't get the materials from there. Right, now I should be able to get materials from there. Right, so that should be a T-junction pointing out that way and then across there. So it's completing that loop there. It matches the orientations of all of these in looks. And now that means I should be able to put a connector. So one of these with the bit on top there and that bit facing that way. And just whap it in there. It sits a bit flush, but I think we should be okay. I might need to sort of drill out a little bit of floor here. going to take that out and put it back in again after I drill out, just to make it look right. That should be a bit better. I mean, functionally that wouldn't work anyway because it's full of sand, but we're just going to assume that, like, magic stuff, you know. A little bit of hand wavium. Right, yeah, that looks fine. So that's our docking port for that now. It should be good. Right, so theoretically speaking, well, I have to do the bar actually, so we've got to do a little grouping. Luckily this isn't connected to anything anymore, so I should just be able to go, right, all thrusters. So, bam, that's all the thrusters. Yes. Thrust. Good. We're going to turn them on and off just to make sure they're all off. Reactors are fine, gyroscopes are fine, we don't need to do anything with those. Grinder welder are separate, connectors separate, don't really need to do anything else. Right, so I'm going to have to put some lights on this as well, I think. Not going to be able to see otherwise, but we'll just get it docked up first. So, right, block groups, thrusters, bam, toggle on off. Blocks, connector, switch lock, yes. And then our tools, so block tools, grinder, and welder, so we've got choice between those. It's really all this thing needs initially. I might have to, on our connector, hide this from the Izzy's inventory manager. I want to rename it, there we are. Right. Connector. No. IIM. I can't remember if that's spelt correctly or not. Yeah, we'll find out eventually. Right, so that should be enough of a basic setup. Yeah, okay. So we're just gonna lift off. Oh no, I need to put my mag plate. Switch lock, right. So we know it will fly as it is now, but I don't know what it will do when we've actually got a bunch of materials in. Oh, there's something I don't have. And that is a docking camera. So I don't know how to dock yet. Right, okay. That's... Bleh. If this thing is going to get annoying, we might need to actually remove that at some point. Put something a bit more subtle on there. That thing could ideally do with being maybe the round one, I'm not sure. We'll see if we can integrate it in first. Yeah, docking camera. I'm stuck. I'm stuck again. Oh, great. Right, now I'm not stuck. Right, docking camera. We need to be able to see that from underneath. I don't have third-person view set up right now, so yeah. Where's a good place to put a docking camera on this thing and not have it like be totally backwards? Well, let's start by maybe getting in, doing a little takeoff. This will hold for about 2 hours. Minimum. We don't actually have any uranium in it yet, but it will hold for 2 hours like this. So what I can do is I can get rid of that. Okay, I can, let's say, put a normal foot thing on this thing. I can actually put... I can actually put maybe like... That's only like one small block away from being kind of useful. So if I put maybe like a block here, maybe not that one. So like a block like that here. Then I can place another block like that there. Let's see what I can do with this. Place a block like that there. I feel like that's kind of useless like that. I could put a camera on the back of there then. So G camera, one of these, the old type, because it fits the way I want it. Right. And I can also put a mag plate. G mag plate. Oh, I've already got one on my bar, that's good. I can pop a mag plate on the bottom here for landing. Doesn't have to be super strong or fancy, it's just got to keep us from like dying with it. Right, that does that. G camera. U. So if I go for camera, it's a bit... That's a bit useless. That's actually quite useless. Does not give me what I want. Okay, so that means I can... Oh, no, don't do that. I can complete that line there. Looks pretty interesting. And we should put a camera on here instead. G camera, let's swap the camera. Oh no, it's all on that one anyway. Right, 9, there we are. Let's just place the camera here facing down. Right, G camera. U. Okay. So that should... Oh god, it's all... Wow. I've got to be really careful with this one. Right. So it's all reversed. But I think... if I go up... and put the camera there, should be able to come straight down onto the... There we are. Okay, it's a bit back to front-ish, so I might want to move the thing. Place it on this side instead. I think that would be the way to go. Let's back it up a little bit like that as well. Right. That should be a bit more useful that way. Yeah, okay. Right. So now let's see if IIM has completely ignored it. This ship shouldn't be too much. Yeah, there's nothing in the reactors or anything like that. So I can go Uranium. There's 100 uranium here. Reactor. Put like 20 in there. Put 20 in there. And that solves that. Okay, and then we also need steel plate. Lots. So for now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to completely fill our 3 cargo containers as much as possible. Yeah. And then we'll see how we go from there. But before that, we've got something else to cover. So I asked for comments on our most recent video where we built this ship to suggest some names for it, and also for you guys to actually vote on the names that you like the best, and we'll choose the one with the most votes. So being a man of my word, I'm going to stick with this, and the names that came out so far was, because it's the baby brother of the Falcon Strider, Sticky Monkey says Kestrel. Smiffles says, or is it Smithy, or whichever, says weldy grindy thing. That's something I would think of, to be honest. Danny J says the lobster. Keith Cummins says Forge Claw, courtesy of ChatGPT. Okay, I'll allow it, it's fine. Falcon Welder was a suggestion from Sir Elsid Leon, and Mr. Krabs from, I can't even see your name properly because I'm not wearing my glasses. I think it's something like Illick or something. I don't know, you got a flag for a picture. But anyway, good suggestions. The one that actually got the most votes though was Kestrel, so we are going with Sticky Monkey's suggestion of Kestrel. Have I spelled it the same way you did? Yes, I believe I did. Right, and that also means I can name our connector Kestrel Connector. No, I am. Great. Cool. Awesome stuff. Okay, so it's named. It's been fueled up now, I think. So let's just make sure that fuel stayed in there. Yes. And I've also filled up all of the cargoes with the maximum amount of stuff, so we're all good to go there. Now, here's the big test. Will it take off with that much steel plate involved? And it can't take off. Right, that's too much stuff. So, I either need more thrust or less steel plate. It's one or the other. Let's see if we can get more thrust in here first. I think that should be the first protocol. If we don't want to compromise, let's brute force it. Now, another thing that's coming up shortly, I also got some questions, some very good questions, from someone called Mage Matthews on one of my other videos. That would have been... Where's my thrusters gone? Yeah, so Mage Matthews asked some comments on our starter guide. And yeah, I feel that they're worth some answers. Now, I didn't want to go down the route of answering in text because they're so detailed questions. I think they need a proper explanation in them. So we're going to answer them in this video instead, and I have pointed Mage in the direction of this video. So let's get some thrusters on here first, though. We'll give this thing a try, and then while I'm welding up, we'll have a go at answering some of these questions. I think, to be honest, since I've got a load of space on the back here, I can put 3 of these on here and cover that up. Right, let's turn all these off. Always turn them off first, otherwise you end up with this big pickle of when you group them up. They end up... Yeah, they end up like not all being in sync with the rest of the group, and you end up turning these off when you turn the others on. Eight motors still. What have I got in my inventory? It's like take it. Why have I had a thruster still there. Okay, we're just gonna empty out the remaining of our stuff. Right, so but ton more extra stuffs. Let's get these grouped in. So no, not K, not G. So right, Oh, I hate when it does this. Right, okay, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to unlock. Okay. And thrust. There we go. That's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 extras. Save. Okay, so let's turn these on. Still not enough. We're still too heavy. Okay, at 347,000 kilograms, we are still too heavy. So, we're going to have to start removing stuff from our inventory here. We've got 5,000 sitting in there. Let's try emptying out. Let's see, cargo. Let's find somewhere to dump all this stuff. Let's try emptying out the 2 wings. So we're at least even. And we'll try that. Okay. Filling up the main cargo container is the maximum it can do. That'll do. Right. So let's get some welding up done here. Start with these. Whoa, 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 whoa. If you thrust down, it doesn't really have the strength to go back up. So until you slow down. But we will get lighter as we go. Just going to do a section at a time like this. Now it is actually quicker to use a hand welder, but when it comes to the amount of materials and access to said materials and access to the higher areas, this might just be a bit quicker. I just wish my visibility was slightly better. This is probably easier in third person, which I don't have access to, because we've made it hard for ourselves. Okay. We are going to focus on what we have available right now, so before we start placing new blocks in. I think with a ship this like heavy and difficult to handle, I think it's pretty important to try going up first while you use up some of your inventory and then start coming down, because once you start thrusting down, it's very hard to stop. Okay, let's do this wall. Getting a bit close there. So we'll look around, make sure we're not going to... there's not a lot of visibility. Okay, let's... Let's go down this run a bit, because we're probably going to run out of materials soon. Whoops. Make sure we haven't damaged anything. Right. So that's most of that wall done. It's still quite heavy, so we've got a lot of stuff still in us. We could have done this gas powered, we literally could have done, but then we're constantly dealing with whole refueling issues, because you get limited flight time with gas. I mean, I could be up here 10 hours right now. There's more up there. Okay. So yeah, that actually Now that actually answers the first question that Mage Matthews had. His question were thrusters. Do you suggest using electric over gas, i.e. ions or atmos? So, to answer that in more detail, it mostly depends on the atmosphere you're in. So if you're starting on, say, an Earth-like planet, then you may find that electrics will be fine for you because there's enough atmosphere, it's thick enough for atmospheric thrusters to work fine. You certainly won't find ion thrusters much use to you because any gravitation over, say, 0.25 and they're next to useless. They don't output enough thrust, so they're better for zero-G environments, low atmosphere, moons, places like that, you can get away with it. But atmospheric thrust is great for Earth, like good for Mars, like where I am now. It's slightly thinner atmosphere, so not quite as much thrust, but as you can see, it's passable with a reasonable amount of cargo. Hydrogen thrusters have the advantage of being able to lift more weight, so you can pull something very heavy with hydrogen, but then you have the disadvantage of constantly needing fuel. I mean, ice, fine, you can get plenty of fuel if you have maybe some O2 gens sitting at your base with a nice big hydrogen tank and you just keep it topped up. But you are going to cut down your mining time by spending more time looking for ice to keep going. So where possible, use Atmos. Use hydrogens maybe supplementary if you need to, so for when you're really heavy and you want to make a trip home, you can switch on the hydrogens just to help you. So hopefully that answers that question for you. Now, to put this into context, you were talking about adding these to a rover. I probably wouldn't advise doing that for a cargo hauling rover. I mean, especially since your idea was to try and use, and this is a genius idea, just from a new player's point of view, this is very clever. But there are reasons why it wouldn't work so well. So, using thrusters to keep your suspension from bottoming out. Yeah, there you go, bottoming out. How many times can I say bottom? Let's not get demonetized. So yeah, using your thrusters to prevent your suspension from taking too much load, I think, to be honest, is too fiddly, too twitchy to be worth doing, because if you get enough thrust to sort of keep your mass from putting too much strain on your suspension, chances are you're going to be kind of floaty and you're not really going to be driving anywhere. Anything less than that in thrust, it's not going to have the effect you desire, so it's kind of a very fine line. So what I would do instead, if you're having trouble carrying the weights you've got, add more wheels. Add some more wheels that have the steering turned off just to keep things simple, and do it like an 18-wheeler or something. More suspension means less load per wheel, more power to move with, and that'll certainly help. But if you did want to add thrusters, you would have to add them sort of facing, spiky end down, anywhere you want. It doesn't matter. Space engineers, it only considers center of mass when it comes to where the turning axis is, not where your thrusters need to go. So add them anywhere pointy side down, and just use the overrides on them maybe to just set enough thrust to counter gravity, but you're going to have to adjust the overrides every time you change the mass of your load. So as I said, bit fiddly, probably something worth avoiding. Just use more wheels. Okay. Now you're talking about using interior plates because you're not racing or banging it about or anything. So interior plates and going without the gyro. You can, certainly can, but if you want to know what happens if you go without a gyro, watch a number of my episodes. Episode 1 of 2 Idiots on a Mission, good example. And there's a couple of Rover episodes. The one that's got the police tape and the Nothing to See Here one from this series. And you'll see exactly what happens when you try to drive around without a gyroscope for too long. It's not pretty. Gyroscopes are really useful for righting your vehicle if you flip it. Okay, we're pretty much near enough empty on... Yeah, we're at materials now, so time to get back and refuel. Well, replate. One load got quite a lot done. So we don't really need those 2 side cargo containers. They're just there to look pretty, I guess. Right, I don't really need to go turning myself around here, so let's see how this camera does. I need to put it back on the bar, actually. Right. Whoa, what am I doing? Going forward. I should just be trying to aim to be sort of dead center of that, just off to the edge, and come down like that. Wow. It's quite violent, that. I think the mags need to be reduced a little bit. Right, we're going to get out for a second. We're going to reduce those magnets a little bit. Strength. So it's 0.0150% right now. That's ridiculous. 0.05 maybe. And that one will be also the same. 0.05. There we go. I wonder what 100% would be like. Like you'd never get off the thing. Maybe you could tow an entire station with a 100%er. Okay, I'm going to... Let's have a look. What do we do here? There's a few bits there I missed, and that's simply because all this is in the way. We're also at some point going to have to use the grinder and start cutting in where we want to put windows, so we'll have to figure those out at some point. What I might do is sort of pre-color those. I can like wave this up in the air here and pre-color the ones I want to remove so that we've got something to aim this at. It's a little easier because the visibility here once you're actually close enough to use your grinder isn't great. It's more of a third person tool. But this thing works quite well. I wouldn't want to add any armor to it because that's just going to make it kind of nearly impossible to fly, especially with a decent amount of cargo in there. Right, okay, what other questions did you have for me? So you made 5 additional hydrogen bottles and you don't know how to separate them into a group, but after switching the hydrogen bottles with the original one that came in the pod, so this is your starting pod, the H2O2 compartment stopped refilling them, although there was plenty of ice in there. This is kind of where I need to be in my base for this one. All O2H2 generators are pretty much equal. They work the same. So if I go into O2H2 generator, I've got one on my ship. Do you know what? That would have been the same. There's a little option there for use conveyor system. There's also an option there for refill bottles with auto refill. Make sure that is ticked. I don't know if it is by default on the starter pod. So that needs to be ticked. You also need to make sure that there is conveyor piping or cargo containers or something physically connecting your O2 generator to your source of ice and to the place you're putting your bottles in. If you're putting the bottles directly into the generator, then just make sure that the generator is connected to ice and has power. And they should automatically refill. To separate things into groups in your inventory, okay, I've got 2 bottles here, I'll put them together. Well, I can't, because they're at different levels, but say I had a couple of bottles. Let's pick up something. Let's pick up some steel plates or something. Say 5. Let's good analogy. Right, so say I wanted to split that into the group. If you right click and drag and then choose how many you want to split off, and you'll get 3. If you're on console, I don't know. I have no idea. I've never played on the console. So that is just that. Right. Let's fill this big cargo container. That's the big one. Okay, yeah, cockpit's not connected by a big connector, so by a very big conveyor, should I say. So yeah, no draggy between cockpit and cargo container. Right, so it's there we want to go, and here I want to find steel plates and just put a butt ton in there. That should do us. Okay. On, off, and away we go slowly, because this thing will not fly fast when it's full. And I still haven't put lights on this thing. Oh, shoot. Damn it. That wasn't clever. Are you damaged? No, okay, probably not. Am I damaged? I don't know. We'll find out when we land eventually. Okay, be careful of your surroundings. Most of you should have third-person view available to you. I don't, because I like making things difficult for myself. Right. There is a bonus question from Mage. And by all means, if anybody has any suggestions that, you know, like counter or contradict anything I've said, anybody has any better ideas, leave a comment. Let's help this guy out. We're a community. Let's all help each other out with these things. So, again, you know, feel free to ask questions. I always try to answer them in the comments immediately, so you can get like immediate gratification here. But some questions just require a bit more detail. And in which case, yeah, I do not mind using video time to answer those questions. But yeah, anyway, so major bonus question. Whoa, okay. How do you make a rover autonomously do everything you're going to do with it? I.e., mine, upload, ferry resources to different places, recharge and repair as needed. That's complicated. I would suggest probably watching my auto miner video. There's a pair of videos on the auto miner that I built that does a mining job, detects stuff and returns when it's got a full load of cargo. Rover's automation is probably very much similar. You can use the same sort of event controllers and conditions and things to make things happen. Create waypoints using some sort of autopilot, and have things happen at each waypoint. So there are the blocks to do it in the automation section. So you should be able to actually, with them, set out the waypoints you need, use GPS markers to mark those out, and then with a combination of event controllers and AI blocks, you should be able to have it follow those waypoints and do things at each point. So that's about as detailed an answer as I can actually give you without trying to do it myself. So yeah, I believe Split C, I mean, heaven forbid I should actually promote a competitor, but I believe Split C also has a video on doing something similar with drones, flying drones. So he has his drones go off, do a thing, come back, they like patrol or something, and then they come back and refuel themselves at a designated spot before setting off and doing their thing again. So I would imagine rovers, it should be very much the same. Oh, dragging myself here. These corners are a bit tricky to weld. Yeah, anyway, I hope I've answered your questions to your satisfaction. Feel free to ask follow-up questions if you have any. Or better still, get on our Discord. We have a Discord community. It's small right now, but they're all very friendly, very helpful guys. And we're growing steadily. So yeah, jump on our Discord. I'll leave a link in the comments. Sorry, in the description. I'll leave a link in our description. And yeah, come along. Then you can ask us questions personally. I'm getting very close to the surroundings here. This is my drill, for those that missed that. This is my flat packable drill. At the moment it's in its upright configuration, but if I need to do anything to it, I can... Whoa, 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 whoa. That was dangerous. Yeah, I can lay it down flat and work on it that way. Maybe not so much in its current configuration because I've got it extended so far, but if we chopped off a bunch it would flat pack. Oh, I need to take these bits off. These were superfluous, these, so grinder time. Let's just make sure my grinder's in the right place. Okay, switch back to welder. I like the suggestions I got on the last one about having like almost like a transformery kind of welder thing that sort of flips round and becomes the other thing because they're both there. It's kind of cool. I've already built this now and it does the job quite well. I don't really want to have to keep an eye on two weldering arms at the moment. This is fast enough, I think. I mean, effectively I could weld 4 things at a time with this. If I position myself perfectly, like so. So that works. Any more? Let's get this top run done, I think. We've got this outer plate line here. I'm trying to make sure we get the blocks underneath it as well. Oof. Be careful how close to the corner we come here. Right, that's wonderful. Right, now I've got to be aware that my ship's down there. Let's just get straight so I'm not... Yeah, my Falcon Strider is right there, so we've got to be dead careful with that. Let's just see if I can get... Not too close, but... Oh, that's made me jump a little bit there. Okay. I'm thinking something right now, but I'm not going to say it out loud, because if I do, I'll curse myself. I think you all know what it is. About a certain something that hasn't happened this episode yet. A few certain things that haven't happened this episode yet. I'm not going to say it out loud. If I say it out loud, it'll break. Oh yeah, we got damage to this as well. This was related to what I was talking about. I might need to grab some stuff for this, but... was that good enough? Maybe. Possibly. Right, okay, so... we've got this top row here. Yeah. Right. So yeah, this next week's going to be kind of slightly exciting for me. I think most people would probably be dreading a week like the one I'm going to have because it's my motorcycle theory test. So for those of you who aren't in the UK, we have to do a theory test before we can then do our practical exams and achieve a full license. So before we can ride the big bikes. I've already got my certificate for the small bikes. I can already ride the little 125cc bikes, but that's not what I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to get to be able to get a nice bigger one. It won't be my first. I have had bikes before, so it's not like I'm a beginner. Well, I kind of am again at the moment, but I have enough experience to be able to respect and appreciate the power that they have. But yeah, so I've done my first certificate. I've got to do my theory test, which is on Wednesday. Apparently the official stats say that only like 42 or 43% of attempts to pass a theory test result in a success. So a lot of people find it hard. I'm hoping it's not. I think I'm smart enough to be able to do it. And I have been practicing. Yeah, once that's done, I can then book my lessons for big bike training and get my full license. Hopefully by the end of March. Okay, where are we at now? I think, have we welded everything that we can weld? You know what? I think we have. It's very silver. A little bit of work to do with that. Right, let's start trying to place some blocks if we can. Now, my personal inventory has only 5 blocks in it. The ship's inventory has 916. Let's see which one doing this actually uses up. So. I don't seem to be able to actually oh no, that's because it's the wrong kind of block. Light armor block, there we are. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I can place another one. It uses personal inventory only. I'm gonna have to go back down. Let's weld these few up first. Control G to get out of that. Am I still on welding mode? No. Now I am. So even if I was to grind out a bunch of blocks, it wouldn't help me because my personal inventory has to be used to actually build anything from the ship. But we can still build from the ship, that's good. So, and we have a use for our personal inventory, our cockpit inventory, I guess. It might be your cockpit inventory, but I don't think it makes a difference though, because like your cockpit inventory and your personal inventory might as well be the same thing, because you have access from both, so. Right. Let's get ourselves lined up. Everything's at least the right way around, apart from maybe some of the rotationals. That's close. That's nicer. That was much better than the big slam that we had before, which made me wonder if we were going to actually break everything. Right, did we do any damage before? We've banged around a little bit. I think we're okay, actually. It's showing 100% on everything. That's a bit damaged. Mag plate itself. It doesn't surprise me. I mean, the number of knocks it's had to take on the way anyway. Right, we're going to let those batteries recharge a little bit. Just for the moment while I also get some of maybe these bits welded up. So... we're going to have to scaffold up. This is what we would have been doing if we didn't have our little helpy ship. Right. So those areas need filling in. Just fill ourselves up with a bunch of steel plates. How many did we manage to get? 263. Put some of these into here. So I can hold a few more. Did I name... I didn't name the actual ship, did I? I named the cockpit. Kestrel. Now it's officially named. Right. Okay. So we now have about 500 blocks to use to start actually building out some wall parts and stuff. What do I need for windows? I need girders for windows though, so maybe I should actually grab some of them. Yeah, probably need... Oh, actually no, I actually need to start marking where the windows are going to go first, so we need to just get the rest of this wall done before we do any of that. Yes, of course. Right, so let's look for a big cargo container. Let's get some steelies into there. Right. Cargo container, large one is there. Still got plenty. I'm just gonna make sure. Actually, no, I'm not gonna take the full 5,000. I'm gonna take about 2,000 out. Keep the weight down a little bit, just for this bit. Right, so thrusters on, unlock, and away we go. Get some altitude before I try turning around because it's a bit of a tight spot. Right, I think I can squeeze through there. We built this quite compact for this reason. You have to be able to get into all the little nooks and crannies. You don't get very far if you can't. Right. Oh, before I do that, I should make sure I turn off the welder. Right. Okay, here we go. So, I'm going to fill these in. Sometimes it doesn't place. If that happens, just reselect the block in your toolbar. Now, I've got to be careful how much angle I give myself, and this is part of the reason why I took some of the load off. Because if you give yourself too much forward angle, you'll drift forward, unless you've got like loads of thrusters. It's very important that you have enough thrust to carry the weight in whichever direction you're going to lean. Because you can have all the down thrust in the, all the lift thrust in the world pointing down, like I have. But as soon as you put your nose down, those thrusters are no longer pointing against gravity. Your forward thrust, your reverse thrusters, should I say, the ones pointing forward, they're the ones that will be fighting gravity for you. So it's very, very important that you consider which direction's your ship. So this is a mining ship and you like to go down. You want a load of thrusters on the front of your ship pointing forward so that those will become the ones that will fight gravity as you nose your nose down. I could have worded that better, but anyway. Right. Come on, in you go. We have... this is the other thing that bugs me, and I mentioned this once before. When you're in cockpit building mode, you can't see your power use, your fuel use, or anything like that. Another reason to build an electric ship While you're in building mode, you cannot see your usages at all. I've got 9 hours of flight time right now, but if I was on hydrogen, that would have been going down the entire time, and I would not have been able to see what the usage was, or how much hydrogen I had remaining, apart from maybe the bar above me, which kind of tells me fuel there, so you do have that as a contingency, I guess. Now it's telling me my power usage, and it tells me that I'm like using about half on average of my power. If I'm thrusting a lot, I get to about 75%. Now, it's important that you don't try to exceed 100%, because your batteries or reactors or whatever's providing you with the power for your thrusters, especially when you're electric, they will consume the power output that is available to them. And if you try to exceed that power output, I mean, you'll find you can't, and your thrusters will be able to produce no more thrust. So you'll be limited. And being limited on thrust when you need it will be bad, potentially, because like, if you're using all of your power to go forward, then you're potentially losing power fighting gravity, and you might find yourself drifting down. Likewise, it's another problem if you mix batteries. If you're using large and small versions of the small grid batteries at the same time, you may find that the small batteries run out before the large ones do, and that will reduce your overall power output, because each battery contributes to the amount of power output you have. I'm not just talking about like the amount of time the power can come out, I'm talking about how much power you can produce at a time. All of your batteries sum up to a total amount, and as your small versions of the batteries start to run out, they will stop producing power. So you may find yourself in a situation where your ship used to have enough power to stay in the air and go forward, and then suddenly doesn't. So stick with one size of battery, then you know that the power time you have is for all of them at the same time, and test by going in multiple directions at a time, fire multiple thrusters at a time, so go at a diagonal and see how much of your power you use at a time. So once I come off doing this building here, I'll demonstrate that for you. You'll see this quite a lot in my Two Idiots series, especially right near the beginning, first few episodes. Speedweed attempts to build a ship, he succeeds, but he mixes his batteries, and the results are entertaining, let's just say that. So let's just get this wall built first. I'm debating potentially going slightly higher with parts of this. Not 100% certain. I mean, we've got to be at least 8 blocks away from those turbines on the roof if we want to keep them efficient. So, essentially, I'm going to have to do a bit of block counting and then work out how much leeway I need to leave myself. So let's see, from that turbine there, that starts there, and we're going to leave that space there because the turbine's slightly wider. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I can go up from here. So that's the point that I can go up from. It hardly seems worth it. I can't remove that because I'm a dum-dum. And we're not in creative mode. There we go. This is why we have a welder and a grinder, so I can do all the things I can do on foot in this ship. Right, oh yeah, I've built that wall now, so I'm going to demonstrate. So if you watch the power bar, either on the top left screen of my ship or in the bottom right hand toolbar, you'll notice I'm using 42% of my overall power output just to stay horizontal, just to stay in the air. I start going forward as well, that goes to 56. I start going backwards, that goes to 65 because I've got more thrusters in that direction. But when I nose down slightly. Left, 55. Right, 55. So I'm using a few percent extra for using those thrusters. Now if I want to go forward and to one side at the same time, 69. Nice. So that's the combination of the two directions at the same time. Now if I want to do them and press up at the same time, so press the spacebar to go up, that's maxing out at 99. I'm only just under 100, but that's the most I would ever use at one time. And you'll notice that when I try to go down, I cut my power use because essentially I'm just stopping using the lift thrusters. I mean, you don't need to use your lift thrusters when you're trying to go down, so going down with atmospherics, you don't need to have thrusters to go in that direction. You just need to stop using the thrusters that keep you up. Let gravity do its thing. Unless you want to go down faster. There's plenty of other ways to do that though. Right. Let's start welding all this new stuff up. Okay. So yeah, for those of you that are not totally new at this game, bear with us. Everybody was new once. And this is all valuable information. And for some of you, might have forgotten it. But if there is anything else you want me to sort of look into, discuss, try out, experiment with, drop a comment, let me know. And I'll try and make sure that your questions get answered. Even if I don't know the answer, we'll find it. Alright, how far around this do you reckon we'll get on the steel plates we have? I'm not confident we'll get much further than this wall. That blue bar above my toolbar is the ship's cargo capacity. Maybe we'll get down this row as well. This building still needs a roof. I think we're going to stay flat roofed because then we can put solar panels or additional turbines on it. I know we have reactors, but that's contingent on us keeping ourselves supplied with uranium, which in this particular playthrough with the mods I'm using, we only get uranium from Mars. No, not Mars, the alien planet, and the occasional asteroid that's not really worth thinking about. So I said asteroid, I meant meteor. I've complained enough about people saying that. Oh, we're really close to running out here. I don't think we're going to make it to the end of this run. Yeah, we're out. Okay. Okay. A few left to do. Not too many. Oh god, here we go. Let's come through here. I'm not 100% convinced that that's actually doing... Oh no, it is moving. That one's still damaged, I think, so we need to get the materials for that. Yeah. So we'll grab a few motors and things to sort that out. Let's get ourselves level before we do this. Glide line the camera up with the next block. Come down. One more taps. There we go. 3. We're locked. Yeah, we'll just stay locked. Thrusters off so we don't cook a hole in the floor. Oh crap. We're getting attacked. It's coming in on that side, so hopefully they'll die before anything becomes a problem. Right, there's boots on the ground somewhere, so you've got to keep a sharp eye. Did we get them all? It's the first time I've heard them talk. Get what I can from these. Oof, that's a warhead. I don't see where the other ones are. That is a warhead. It's clearly not active. No, right, okay. Inventory's full. I'm just going to deposit some of this. Can I reach one of these? No. Ugh. Do I seriously not leave myself with access to anything from around here? No. Let's put myself a little ramp here. Okay, so the thing I didn't say happened anyway. Just is how it is. Right, what's be local grid, that's it. Your alignment modes are really useful. I mean, I can't remember who it was that said about them, but certainly was a good idea. Right, let's get as much of this stuff salvaged as I can, because materials are all valuable. All this will refine down into steel or iron, whatever. And various other things like grids and stuff like that, which is great. Huh. Yeah, I can't believe I actually got to hear one talk. Quite a lot of gyros on this thing. I'm not going to probably grind the whole thing down to the last block because it's just going to take a while. We do have to repair that though. I do like how my auto LCDs is it auto LCD? No, it's Izzy's actually. Is telling me what's damaged. And putting it on my bar. It's great. Well, putting it on HUD. Oof. Fell over something there. So yeah, as I was saying when we were getting attacked, I've not died yet. That's the whole point of this permadeath survival thing. I mean, it's no jetpack survival, but like the original title is permadeath. So mostly because we turn permadeath on, which means that if I don't have a respawn point and I die, I'm not coming back. I literally, it erases everything of mine. Whereas normally you'd get the opportunity to go and find your way back to your stuff. Kind of just want to get these down to sort of mostly being individual blocks so that cleanup can deal with it.
Energy low.
Energy's low, okay. Right, that's all too much rubbish to deal with now. So we're going to leave that alone. Right, there should be a way. I do need to... Okay. Give myself a way up, but not a way around to where I need to go. Nope. Not helpful. There is a way up there somewhere. Okay. Nope. Okay, right, we'll just have to get all the way around. Oh, took out those, didn't he? I don't have the materials to deal with that. All the way around. All the way around. Right. So we've got a bit of repairing to do now before we go too much further with anything. So, got some internal welding to do as well by the looks of it. Okay. We'll get to that. Right, let's go and see what materials this turbine requires. Yeah, okay. There's a ramp up there actually. Then this one needs a bit of a block around here so I don't accidentally fall off. Oh, I've got a way around here, so take a few extra of these. Right. So kind of looks like I don't need, well, I've kind of doubled on some of these, so I'm gonna put a couple of these in here, at least one on each side of these, so I can do that. Just a bit more slick. Kind of like I've allowed myself room here to do. Right, that's fine. What else is not fine? Okay, enemies will often attack decoys and power generation before they attack much else. This is all very much the same colour, so I'm looking forward to getting some like other shades and colours in and maybe sorting out some of this blockiness. Right, damage, let's see, wind turbines damaged, half sliding hatch doors damaged. That would be the one in here. Not that one, maybe that one? Nope. No. Would it be the one around here, maybe? Okay, it's that one, yeah. Right, half-line hatch door. Turbine, we're gonna have to just get to it another way. Damaged rotor. That's the one all the way on the top there, so... So from here I'm going to need to get some rotor parts. So G, rotor... Oh, I can't do that. I've got to be out of the ship. Okay. Oh, maybe I could do it in the ship if I was in build mode. Maybe. Potentially. Right. Take a rotor parts there. I'm going to do that. I'm going to go I... Motors. Oh, so I spell it right. Right, so we need some motors. Maybe just like 10. Don't know. Still can't. 10 construction components, 4 large steel tubes, right. So 10 construction components, 4 large steel tubes. What else do we need? 2 computers. Okay. Where did all of that go? 6. Yeah. Interesting. Okay, let's hope that's enough. Right. Oh, I need some more steel plate as well while I'm at it. Because I steel 246 plus, let's say 2k. That'll be enough. Right. Power on. Unlock. Unlock. And away we go. Right, let's just gently try and turn around here. Yeah, I'm on welder. You can see it flashing red. We've got to be careful with this because these move. Especially once we've repaired this rotor, it might decide to move. Now we're going to use our shadow to help line up with this. See the shadow of the welding tip? I'm guessing it's going to... Oh, maybe the rotor head part needs a bit of TLC as well. Nope, that's fine. What about you? Are you damaged at all? Nope. Okay, they're all good. Right. Okay, let's go and find the bits that I need to weld around the back of here. Let's go gently because our braking thrust is alright, but it's not necessarily enough to stop us immediately. Okay. Is that everything we built? Fine. Right, where's that damaged turbine? That's the one. Still showing damaged. Wind turbine 100% now. Okay, it should change its name back to just wind turbine at some point. And it will take itself off my HUD. because Izzy's inventory manager does things like that. So that's a script that's available on the workshop for those that don't know. You just load it up onto a programmable block and it pretty much sets itself up. Right, we're just gonna see if I can get in to weld any of these bits on the inside. Just got very careful here, make sure we keep anything in front of us so we can see where it all is. Just focusing on the blocks that I really need to do, so yeah. Can't really get to that without doing damage. Gotta be aware our thrusters are thrusting hard as well, so we don't want to get into a point where we're, like, our down thrust is damaging stuff. Right. We're a bit close to that. Make sure we haven't done any damage. We're fine. Back ourselves out gently. Luckily the ship's not any wider than it looks, so it's fairly easy to navigate. Okay, so we've got a roof that we need to put on that as well. I need to consider where we're going to put windows. Obviously we've got a lot of blocks up against the windows, so that's something that needs to be thought about. Whoa. Let's watch ourselves. So we have to do some planning there. I think we also need to do a little bit of a uranium check, so do we need to go gather more uranium from our alien base? Because doing this is using a uranium to power our flight. It's the only reason why we've got as many hours as we have. Right, okay, let's do a check on uranium. So we've got 93 there. 24, 19, 24, 24. That's in our ship. They're in the... No, that's in this ship. Those are in my Falcon. Along with that. And that's in the base right now. We've got a fair bit, but I probably could do a trip to the alien planet at some point soon. It's not necessarily a good idea to let ourselves run out before we do, because I want to be able to keep things going. Actually, the main purpose of this base is platinum refining. And if I recall, we might be out of platinum ore. Yeah. That one. We're out of platinum ore. We're gonna have to go mine some of that. This base is not doing the thing it's made to do. But no wonder the uranium's lasting longer than we expected. So let's just check our vitals on here. Hydrogen, we're full. We have 2 days of power. On the base, it's saying 2 days of power. We've got enough fuel for 2 days worth of power. That's probably just batteries, actually. Cargo use is barely anything. We're full of oxygen. I think we're good. So all thrusters on, including our hydrogen. This is a hydrogen and Atmo powered ship, but it's primarily hydrogen. That's because it's just got to carry a lot of weight. It's got no wheels. So... and it's like 6 drills. Make sure our lights are on. Right, let's try not to break our ship. Plus, you know, you need the hydrogens to be able to do stuff like this, flying almost straight down without picking up speed. With a ship this large anyway. Now this is not available on the workshop yet, but it will be going up on the workshop before this series is done. once I'm happy that it's like as good as it possibly can be, then we're going to put it up. Right, there's our platinum. Let's get rid of this lot. This is a mess. So we're just going to fill our boots. Okay, I think about 102k is enough. I don't even know if we can get out with that. Where's our hole? Whoa, 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 let's get straight. Come on. Right, where's our exit? That is not our exit. That's our exit. Oof. Drifting, 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 drifting. Right. Landing gear is slightly damaged from that drift, but we've come off far worse before now. Okay, if this was a full load of uranium, we probably wouldn't be getting out of this hole in a hurry. But platinum's a little bit lighter. We should be good. Let's just get ourselves parked back up, and then the system should start refining all this automatically. Just go slow and gentle because we are extremely full. Come on, keep going, keep going. There we go. Go straight. There we go. All our cargo's already been dumped into the base. Let's turn off these lights. I'm always disappointed when... Oh, that's nearly lost, actually. Right, okay. Bit more care and attention needed there. Right, so let's see how we fare with that. You can hear all the refineries kicking in now. We have a lot of refineries, so there's 8 there, and there's another 8 there, so we've got 16 refineries all fully modded with yield modules, which improve our yield, obviously. Okay, so we've got 102k of platinum ore there. We've only got 1.6k of platinum refined so far. For all of the platinum we've been going through, we've only got like 1.5k. We need a fair bit more because making large ion thrusters for a big ship, it's going to take a lot more platinum to do that. Right, we've also got our big drill out there which we can use, so let's see how we're doing for iron. Ice, we got 3.2k of ice still. Iron. Ooh, we've almost out of iron. Well, we're basically out of iron. So we do need to do some more drilling. Okay. That might be only to stop the timer. I haven't got proper controls for the drills yet. Oh, it's going. I see it vibrating there. I probably need to put another... Let's see, we've done that piston there. What's this one? Oh, there we are. Piston 2E. needs to be added to the timers. So timer, drill timer 1, setup actions, piston 2, 2E. What's it doing? Increase maximum distance. Let's just check. Oh god, didn't want to do that. Okay, right. Piston 2E. That's interesting. It picks it up even though I put a space in there. Kind of cool. Don't know why that's flashing. Maximum distance is 0. That's perfect. And the velocity is positive. That's also perfect. Right. Timer, drill timer 1. Setup actions. 2E. Increase maximum distance. Right. So that should start going down as of the next... There we are. So it's going to start extending this drill down even further. Let's try and find a better view of what's going on down there. There, we kind of have it there. I could do it like a little viewing catwalk, but this is as good as it gets, really. You can kind of see there that the drill's going around. It's on like a timer, so it does like its semicircle-ish. Turns around, goes back the other way, and the drill extends at that point. So getting to the end. When it stops, you should see that piston extend slightly. I've got my finger off the left mouse button so I won't accidentally shoot. It's on its waiting bit. There we are. Down. And it's coming back the other way. There's a bit of a wait at the end, and that's deliberate, so that it doesn't end up sort of running short and shortening the arc each time. So, yeah, we've got some up pistons there which we've already compressed, and that's what gave us the room to have all the extra down pistons in there. So, by the time we've done all of these, we'll go, what, nearly another 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 meters before we run out of pistons. That's going to be plenty. We're going to have to keep an eye on our cargo right now, though, because this drill fills up the cargo containers really fast. If we get too full with the cargo containers, we won't have enough room to actually manufacture anything. We've also got plenty of stuff in, but steel plate's probably getting a bit low now. Steel plate. 6,000 out of the possible 10,000 that we want, so yeah, the iron that we're going to get from this, and again, it is inventory managers also managing the refineries. It's preventing them from focusing too much on one thing, because by default the refineries will only refine what's in them in the order you put them into the refinery. So once platinum or like, or, you know, cobalt's the worst, once something like that gets in there, it takes forever to clear it. All your other stuff stacks up behind it and can't get through. So his inventory manager will move things around by priority order, because it knows we're out of iron. So it's going to put that to the front of the queue for now, until we've got plenty of iron, and then it will start doing the platinum again. We seem to be... This is in... I don't know what order this is in. The iron keeps moving up and down this list. Oh, it might be by amount of ore. So, I don't know. I don't know what kind of order that's in. It's going, and when I want to stop it, I just have to hit that button. So, let's see... I think we have enough refineries to stay on top of the amount of ore that's coming in. And we're using the iron about as quickly as we can actually make it because of this build order here for another 300 steel plates. That's another thing is his inventory manager is doing. It's auto crafting to our wanted list to build our current list up to match it. So it's also asking for some NATO rounds, but we've got the magnesium for it, but we just didn't have the iron. We have nickel. Got plenty of nickel. We'll get nickel from stone as well, so that is all good. Right. Okay, we're going to leave that running for now. I'm just going to get some energy and oxygen. And I think we need to top up our O2 tank a little bit. Personals. Right. O2. Now this is an opportunity to demonstrate the O2H2 generator. So that one's at 0. We might not have the ice in the system to do it. Okay. So I'm going to have to find the oxygen tank. Pop it in there. There. Now we're filled. They're stackable now because they're the same. So, good. Let's put that back up there. Right. Okay, good. So because I didn't have ice, my O2 generator wasn't able to produce any oxygen for me, so we are completely out of ice. So we should probably do a little trip to get some ice. Because if we run out of hydrogen in here, hydrogen in the tanks and ice at the same time, we're going to be hand mining for a little while. So I don't want that. Well, we've got a half a tank of hydrogen here. In fact, I'm just going to stockpile my tank to fill ourselves up. Looking at the bottom right hand side, you'll see that. That flashing, it's because I've got some like vent things on here that sort of change colour with power use because the thrusters are on. We're using power. Right, so here's our main little ice deposit. There's obviously more around, but this one's a bit tricky, so we have to be very careful when we mine this lot. Mag plates are off, so you're better off with the blue stuff than the white stuff on the surface. It's more dense. Pick it up quicker. Right, we're getting down to stone there. We're also getting too heavy for our front thrusters, so we have to level back out a bit. Right, okay. No damage blocks found, we're good. Ooh, pick up, pick up, pick up. Let's not have any crashes today. That's what I get for looking away for a second. Always look where you're going. Okay. Nice and smooth, apart from that little looking away glitch. Okay, so that's ice in the system now. Just starting to look a bit more like an actual base now. Right, there's ice, 96k of the stuff. That should keep us going for a little while. I should put our tanks on here actually. Okay, tanks. G colon hydrogen. That should put our hydrogen tanks on there. There we go. Our oxygen tank's already over here, so we don't have to really worry about that. But our hydrogen tanks are kind of important to me because that's what fills our ship back up. So that's the sum total of all the hydrogen tanks, including the ship. I believe. So when that's full, the ship's full as well. So is our backup tanks over here. We've got some tanks behind all this. In fact, I don't know if we can see them from up here. No, we can't. Okay. Right. Okay. Is there anything left unwelded that we really need welding? There's one block there. Patented jump to weld technique. Right. And we've got this massive space here that we can do something with at some point. I think we're going to probably put some additional floors in. So probably like 1, 2 blocks up. The floor in here. I need more steel plates so we can place these down. Let's see if we can just plan this a little bit. So we'll have a floor in here. Then if we go like, that's 1 block up, 2 blocks up, put another floor in. Right, that leaves us another 1, 2 blocks and then room for the ceiling to go on top. So I think that'll work out quite nicely. This block here comes all the way to the top of that. So that will actually show in the floor if we go that far. It's not a problem. We can plate over it apart from the actual port. So we've got port access. I think that works out okay. So at least part of this probably going to about, I don't know, we might go all the way down. Like this. Might as well plan some of this out. We'll figure out where the stairs will go later. I might even put an elevator in this one. Although an elevator could be an absolute nightmare because it means we have to put a hole in the floor and go down at least as far as we want to go up. Just to be able to hold the piston shafts. But it is a good excuse to use my custom script. So it's a maybe. Elevators are cool. But then again, I mean, maybe we don't need one. We've got an elevator in our Pertan base, and that's got to be kept special. Earth base, which is the main aim for this whole mission, can certainly have a very fancy elevator. So I think this one stairs will be plenty. I think the elevator would take up a bit too much of the space anyway here. Do we want them to go that close on that side? Maybe not. I think we'll do this like a mezzanine. And I can have some sort of a window there so we can see the sides of the thing. Refinery, that's it. That's the word. Okay. So that's probably like the initial floor here. Let's come out this way a bit. We'll do the same here. Skip one, come across this way. No. Do we come across that way? We're going to get awfully close to the reactor. But maybe we don't go out that far. We come across it. We can go to there and then come up there like that. and find some way of walling this off without getting a bit too space using. Okay, that's something. Is there a good spot for stairs here, maybe? Somewhere. Without it getting a bit weird. I don't know. I think maybe if I put stairs here, it's going to just be a bit silly. Some of this stuff can actually end up going upstairs, actually, at some point. I don't think the reactor should. Not sure. We'll think about it. I think potentially... Where should we put the stairs? Put the stairs there. Then that kind of kills off all of that space that we've got back there. Where would you put stairs? I kind of want to get up there before you get all the way to the back. So maybe we put them here somewhere. Like take out... No, we don't take anything out. Let's see. Stairs. I think I'll go with these kinds because the other type take up too much room. They go out like 2 for every 1 they go up, so... Let's see. If I come from maybe like here... and then come out this way. No, maybe not there. And 2, right, gee. I've got a catwalk already on there, so that's fine. Right. So, if we go in from there, maybe. Can't just put one on the end of it. I have to put something else on there, so maybe a catwalk could go on. Yes. I've just got to find the right kind. Yep. Okay. And that means I can put... Can I put that on there? No. Of course I can't. If I put a catwalk on the bottom of this, a plain one... Yeah. Then I can put stairs there. There. That kind of works. We're going to move these screens upstairs anyway. Right. It's a nice little new trick that I've sort of added to my repertoire, sticking a catwalk under a catwalk to form a basis to stick stairs on the bottom. Okay, we've gone a bit further with this build than we expected today. I did promise you the double though, so... Right. And that gets us up top here, so... And on here... We can go with... Actually, let's go with... do we go with catwalks? We might want to... yeah, we might want to do some... airtighting on the upper deck. Potentially.
Energy low.
No, I know it's low. Okay. That covers this whole area with these on it. Get some energy in a minute. We're not far away from it. Hey, this don't look bad actually. We're gonna have to play with the paint gun in a bit, but that'll be another time. Yeah, I do quite like these builds, how they sort of organically appear. You know, you sort of think, oh, that's a nice idea, and then before you know it, you've done it. You don't have to think things through all the time. Try it. If it doesn't work, just grind it down. Unless you're playing like a scrapyard survival type thing where you have no means to recover materials from grinding down. And then you're a bit effed and you need to really think things through before you do them. There's a reason why I don't play those modes. I know, I'm fully aware of my energy status. Oh no, I don't want to do that. That was silly. I don't know how I managed to click that. That's weird. Okay. Must have just been slightly off center. Right. Okay. I'm not using the ship to weld these. It's too much pointing down. Let's dump my stuff. Carrying oxygen tanks does use up a lot of space, but I kind of need them as a contingency because there's no oxygen on Mars. Another reason why I need to stay stocked up with that ice.
Meteor storm inbound.
Oh hell. Oh, let's go outside and check this out. Don't know why I'm not airtight yet. I don't know why I'm trying to close doors. Oh, they'll come from that way. Loads of them. I'm sure these are getting more intense every time. Well, they're all missing. Okay. That was a non-event. Big silver monolith of a building here. There's no holes in the walls on that side, so I think we're good. Right. Okay. Obviously, like, this building's a little bit sort of faceless right now. But now that we're getting floors in, it means that we do have easier access to put windows in. This is where Space Engineers 2 is a little better. You don't have to have massively thick floors. I mean, I could put half blocks in here or plates in here for the floor, but it's a waste of a block, and it means you can't put things on the underside. So, might as well use the whole block. But Space Engineers 2 has solved that. You can put anything anywhere you want within a 25 centimetre grid. This is why we ran out of iron so quickly. The ability to weld these walls up so fast led us to go through a lot of materials quicker than we even realised. We're not using up the platinum that we came here to get, so we're not defeating the whole point of this base. Which is good. Now we're free to cut holes anywhere we want, so if we need to run a pipe up here or something else, we can. However, loads of access points available to us pretty close by, so probably won't be necessary. Unless I feel like putting a window in the floor. Why ever you'd want one of those, I don't know. Yeah, I've done that loads of times. Okay, we have an upper mezzanine. I can potentially window this off so it becomes like a wall. We've got room for another floor here, so we can double mezzanine this. Which gives us loads more area to use. The surface area is just increased, which is great. This area here is pretty much a lost cause. I'm not really going to do a lot with this without getting a bit weird. The medical area may end up moving upstairs. Potentially. May do. I mean, I'm not 100% convinced. Just because upstairs is a bit out of the way. You don't want your emergency medical facilities to be a bit out of the way. You want them to be right near you. Okay, that covers all of that. So this area looks a little bit like darker now, a little bit more enclosed in, which I really don't have a problem with. We've got loads of room to use here. These stairs are not in the way. We've got railings to stop me from wandering off. Yeah, quite happy with this. Right, okay, I am going to leave it here. Let's go and just put ourselves here so that when we log back in we can get our energy. And next week we'll carry on with this build and to see what else happens. Did we go in unplanned? We're off the rails right now, so anything that could happen. Don't forget to leave a comment if you have any questions for me or suggestions or any kind of more feedback relating to the questions I was answering earlier on in this one. And have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.